The wonderful and distinctive sights and sounds of the ancient city of Delhi, the national capital of India and one of the most populous cities in the world. But all this week we've been based here at the KD Jadaf Indoor Stadium, part of the Indira Gandhi Sports Complex. Welcome to finals day at the YONEX-SUNRISE India Open, a Super 750 event and the second tournament of the year on the HSBC BWF World Tour. And as part of the World Tour, the World Tour's finals trophy will be brought into the arena and brought in today by one of the national junior girls doubles players, Angel Panera. And the World Tour finals is just for the best of the best, the culmination of the World Tour, where only the top 8 players and pairs in each of the 5 disciplines will qualify. And those World Tour finals will take place in Hangzhou in the second week of December. Well, maybe in years to come we might see her playing on centre stage here at the India Open. Well, as I was saying, today is a finals day and all 5 finals for you this afternoon. We start with women's doubles, and Igarashi and Sakuramoto have been the surprise package and a breath of fresh air with their style of play. They're up against the number 8 seeds Kim Hae-jeong and Kong Hee-young, who have looked very impressive all week. Then it's mixed doubles, and the unseeded Tom Jikel and Delphine Delroux will be looking to win their first World Tour title above 300 level. Their opponents, Jiang Zhengbang and Wei Ya-sin, are out to turn silver from last year into gold this. Women's singles follows that, and the reigning world and Olympic champion An Se-young has looked imperious this week. She's going for a second title here 2 years after her first, and she's up against Pornpui Chochuong in her first final for almost 2 years. Then it's men's doubles, and Go Si Fei and Noor Izzuddin will try to become the first Malaysian men's doubles winners at this event for 15 years. Their opponents Kim Won Ho and So Seung Jae are aiming for a second title in 2 weeks. And we finish with men's singles, and Lee Chuk-yu, last year's beaten finalist, is up against the reigning and 2-time Olympic champion Victor Axelsen, going for a record-equalling 3rd men's singles title while contesting his 6th final here at the India Open. Well, with women's doubles being our first final of the day, a chance for us to look at the draw from the quarter-final stage. 5 different nationalities, making it the least diverse of all 5 disciplines. 6 seeds at quarter-final stage, 3 at semi-final stage, but nice to see 4 different flags at semi-finals. But it is the unseeded Igarashi and Sakuramoto have surprised many people by reaching today's final. Up against 2 players who have achieved an awful lot but reformed their partnership, the Koreans Kim and Kong. So the unseeded combination, the Japanese pair of Igarashi and Sakuramoto, first final for them as a combination in only their 3rd tournament together. Well, for Arisa Igarashi, formerly Arisa Higashino, this is her 2nd final, because 2 years ago she won the mixed doubles title here at the India Open with Yuta Watanabe. Igarashi will aim to become only the 2nd player to win women's doubles and mixed doubles titles here at the India Open.
Kim Hae-jeong and Yong Hee-young.
So 2 Korean players that fans of badminton will know extremely well. Reformed their partnership at the Korea Masters last November, and they promptly won that event. Kim Hae-jeong and Kong Hee-young. In their third final as a pair. And they really have looked very impressive all week. They've beaten two former champions who had 3 titles between them, Matsutomo and Shida. They've beaten the number 2 seeds, their teammates Baek Na and Lee So-hee, and they've beaten the number 3 seeds. But the fact that this is Igarashi's and Sakuramoto's third tournament together, that's not too surprising. It's the first meeting between these two pairs.
All right, I have black or gold. Black.
So our guests to make the toss of the coin.
It's gold. That side.
So the Japanese pair have won the toss of the coin and have chosen to start the far side of the court.
Okay, have a good
and
night.
I think the Koreans chose to receive.
Thanks.
I'm Jill Clark. Delighted to say that Steen Pedersen is sitting alongside me. And Steen, I said in the introduction that the Japanese pair were a breath of fresh air by their style of play. Would you agree with that?
I would agree, totally agree, but I also think the Koreans are a breath of fresh air, even though they played together before.
So let's look at Arisa Igarashi, 28 years of age, married soon after the Olympics, and as a pair don't pay any attention to that world ranking of 180 because Igarashi, prior to forming this partnership, very, very rarely played women's doubles. Specialised in mixed doubles with Yuta Watanabe, with whom she won this title 2 years ago. Ayako Sakuramoto is 29 years of age from Fukuoka Prefecture on the north shore of the island of Kyushu. And she had a wonderful partnership with Arina Miore, and they reached number 11 on the world ranking. Now this is what I was telling you, they've beaten 3 seeded pairs, the number 5 seeds, Jolly and Pulella in the first round, the Olympic silver medalists, and number 1 seeds in the quarter-final, Lu Shengshu and Tang Ning, and the semi-final defeated the number 4 seeds, Li Yijing and Luo Shumin, the left-hander. Needed 3 games though in yesterday's semi-final, came from a game down. Kim Hae-jeong turned 27 15 days ago. And she's a former world number 3 with her former partner, Jong Na-eun. In fact, she reached the semi-final with Jeong 2 years ago before losing out to the now Olympic champions. Kong Hee-young turned 28 last month, and she is a former world number 1 with Kim So-young, with whom she also won an Olympic bronze medal and 3 world championship medals, a silver and 2 bronze. Now, they have had a great tournament too, beating Matsumoto and Shida in the second round. Then the world number 1s, Baek Na and Lee So-hee, needed 3 games for both of those matches before beating the number 3 seeds, as I was telling you, Pearly Tan and Tina Muralitharan. So Bert van Horenbeck from Belgium is our umpire for this one, and service judge Edura Singha from Sri Lanka. So interesting that Misaki Matsutomo is on the coaching bench. Played here with Chiharu Shida.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Kim Hae-jung and Kong Hee-young, Korea. And on my left, Arisa Igarashi and Sakuramoto, Japan. Ayaka Sakuramoto to serve, to Kong Hee-young, Lovol, play.
So the unseeded Japanese pair file side of the court, a left and right-hander, Igarashi and Sakuramoto against Kim and Kong from Korea. Oh, missed opportunity from Kong Hee-young. And Steen, I just want to elaborate a little bit on what I was saying about the Japanese pair being a breath of fresh air, the way they played. I know you were calling the match yesterday when they played, but what struck me was the way that Igarashi, using her mixed double skills, of really hunting the shuttle at the net. And now I just thought how many other women's doubles players could learn from that, because sometimes we've discussed that the net player isn't active enough at the front of the court.
Yeah, if it gets too stationary, front court, back court player, then the net player doesn't really get involved. But that's also where she can utilize her mixed double skills, because of the mixed doubles player she was not afraid to be at the back court attacking with her jump smash and so on. So I think she's had an easier transition to women's doubles than many other female mixed doubles players would have. That's a beauty of a shot from Kim Hae-jung.
Absolutely wonderful.
2-1.
And she gets a little extra out of her speed of movement here, because even though she's sort of like playing the front court player, she's easily covering 2 meters behind her. So it could very well be a bit of a Speedy Gonzalez women's doubles we're seeing here today, because Kim Hae-jung, she is quick on her feet as well. And that's going to be interesting to see how that matchup pans out. Igarashi probably a little bit extra power compared to Kim Hae-jung, but probably also a little bit more error prone.
Three, 1.
Oh, she's got back the net cord. Well, that is extraordinary reactions from Kim Hae-jung. Longest rally so far.
Serve is over. 2-3.
just came to think, do you know who Speedy Gonzalez is, Jill?
As in from movies or cartoons?
Cartoons.
Or
Cartoons, the fastest mouse in Mexico.
Well, Steen, I was saying that Igarashi is trying to become only the second player to win women's doubles and mixed doubles titles here at the India Open. I don't think I mentioned who had achieved that before it.
No?
No? Do you have any idea?
Huang Yachong?
Good guess, but no. Yu Yang. Yu Yang won the mixed doubles title here in 2008 with her Hanbing, and then in 2014 with Tang Yuan Ting.
Yeah, they won the Olympic bronze in mixed double that year, didn't they? Or did they finish fourth? No, they won the bronze.
They won the bronze in 2008. And Yu Yang, of course, the Olympic gold, the women's doubles. Good smash across the body of the left-hander.
Oi, that's beauty.
Lovely shot. Oh my goodness, they got in each other's way. Longest rally so far. Now, I think she may have twisted her ankle a little bit. She also, I think, got clobbered on the back of the head.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't like the look of that. I think the Korean coaches, Chogun Woo, who, if you remember, Steen, was the world junior champion. Was it with Lee Yong-dae back in 2006?
I don't recall.
And Jung Hoon Min. Super shot defence, the left-hander, and then great interception. There's that combination play. We see it so often, especially in the men's doubles disciplines, where the smash is played in the exact right place to force the straight return onto the forehand of the left-hander at the net. Nice block. Oh, that's magnificent. Absolutely magnificent from Sakuramoto.
6-4.
That had gone past her. How did she control that?
Seven, 4. Eight, 4.
Well, this is 5 straight points. just wide. The run comes to an end.
Service over. 5-8.
It would be simply amazing, wouldn't it, if the pair winning last week in Malaysia, Fukushima and Matsumoto, in only their third tournament together, they won the title. We had another pair in only their third tournament together, winning the title. Another Japanese pair, another
Get ready.
two experienced players teaming up together.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons why, in my own mind, I'm thinking that would be so extraordinary, because you've talked in the past, Steen, about Japanese women's doubles pairs, that they don't basically swap them around.
Exactly.
You're in a pair and they work on developing that pair.
Yeah.
So this is unusual.
It's very unusual, and not only have they swapped partners around here, but this pair here is playing for two different company teams. That's why the two coaches, Matsutomo is with Igarashi's company team, whilst Kamura is with Sakuramoto's. So that's something that we haven't seen, in my opinion, for like 20 years in Japanese women's double. It's always been pairings within the same company team.
8-all.
But I think it's the right choice to try and fit the best players together.
Absolutely. In fact, that previous philosophy may have held Japan back in some ways. Oh, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful angle from Sakuramoto.
Service over. 9-8.
That's just delightful. Amazing.
Oi, oi, oi.
That is extraordinary defence. Crouch defence from Igarashi.
10-8.
So 11-8, the advantage to the unseeded combination, Igarashi and Sakuramoto. Well, we've had some quality rallies already in this women's doubles. This is fascinating.
Seconds. 20 seconds. Thank you. Thank you, coach. (11-8). Play.
So 11-8, the advantage to Igarashi and Sakuramoto. Wow.
Great acceleration from Higashino there, and that's where she can make a difference and cause a stir in the women's doubles discipline, because there's few players that are as fast as she is.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. I assume you're referring to Mrs. Igarashi.
That's right. Oh, yesterday I think I called her 4 or 5 different names.
As long as they were all polite.
Yeah, Higashino and Igarashi, and I really apologize.
Yes, married Yu Igarashi on the 28th of August. Got engaged before the Olympics, but married soon after her second Olympic bronze medal in the mixed doubles. Oh, that's short. Wow, she really nearly got it back.
And her husband now working as a coach for Arisa Igarashi's company team. One left.
10-13. Serves over. 14-10.
Is that the first service error of the match?
I think it was.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice shot. Good awareness of where the gap was. Pushed it wide. I'm loving the fact, Steen, that both these pairs are determined to try and attack, and yet both pairs have very solid defences.
They do have solid defences, and I was just thinking of the same thing, that up until now I feel the Japanese pair have played a little bit better on the front court, and I wonder if coach's influence is part of it, because Kamura, he was a wonderful front court player in his men's doubles combination with Keiko Sonoda and Misaki Matsutomo, and her women's double with Ayaka Takahashi. So you sort of like oftentimes have a certain mindset instilled of how you want to play badminton.
Now you want your players to play badminton.
Yeah. Very often influenced from the way you played yourself. That's well done.
Kept the pressure on Sakuramoto, did Kong Hee-yong.
And they've got to find a way to get Kim Hae-jung involved on the front court. They haven't really succeeded in that yet. From the back court, she's not a power hitter, Kim Hae-jung. Her force is the speed coming forward from mid-court area, a little behind mid-court area, and forward to the net and flat game exchanges and so on. But she's not sort of strong in interception after attacks. So Kong's got to set her up, perhaps playing a bit more smashes to the mid-court area, and perhaps also playing flatter smashes. That's sometimes easier to get your front court player activated. Ooh.
Service over. 18-12.
Yeah, she's going through a bit of a torrid time at the moment, is Kim Hae-jong. A couple of service errors. Some unforced errors as well. Now her partner's doing the same.
That's a great play by Igarashi.
19-12.
Putting it below the top of the tape. Look at that, just blocking it.
Yeah, super shot. Yep.
Serves over. 13-19.
Oh, they left it for the other. That's the second time. Total confusion between the two Korean players.
20, game point.
And it is game
13.
point opportunities for Igarashi and Sakuramoto.
Serves over. 14-20.
First service error from the Japanese players. Lovely,
That's
lovely interception.
15-20.
Good angle, and on their second game point opportunity, the unseeded Igarashi and Sakuramoto take the opening game
15.
against Kim and Kong. 21-15 that opening game, and they really did play extremely well. 22 minutes for game number one. Twenty seconds. 20 seconds. Thank you, coach. Well, Kim Hae-jung and Kong Hee-young are the first Korean pair in the women's doubles final here at the India Open for 11 years. If they're to win this title and become the first pair from their country to do so for 13 years, they're going to have to do it coming from behind. A game down, the number 8 seeds against the unseeded Igarashi and Sakuramoto. Good rally. Lovely, lovely block. Super. That's a well-worked rally.
And super important that Kim Hae-jung is able to set Kong up with her hard work from the backcourt.
Yeah. Very alert on the front courts, Sakuramoto.
And one of the things that I like about this Japanese pair is that both players are capable of scoring, both at the front court and the back court. And we haven't really seen that. The closest to it is Shida and Matsuyama. But the old pairings of Fukushima Hirota and Matsumoto Nakahara, they had one clear player that were the more dangerous and the other player not so dangerous. So this is a good development for women's double.
All taken. Yeah. And Kim Hae-jung lets it go out the sideline, but it was the brush off the top of the tape from Kong Hee-young. That one.
Yeah.
Really did the damage.
And we saw that she developed already in the in her old partnership with Kim So-young, where in the opening of that partnership she was the clear preferred backcourt player, but she improved her game at the front court. And I think that could help her now.
Super. There's the mixed doubles qualities coming into effect in the women's doubles from Mauricia Igarashi. Nice. Yeah, she has that awareness from the front of the court.
Yeah.
Igarashi learned about that in mixed doubles. Look at that, finding the gap. And back level. 4-all in this second game.
Serves over.
Well, I'm sure Igarashi gets a
4.
lot of her athletic ability from her mother, who was a track and field athlete at national level.
Oh, was she? I didn't know that. Definitely a strong athlete, Igarashi. That's the way to do it.
Brilliant play from Kim Hae-jeong. Talking of mothers,
6,
of course, her mother,
4.
Chung So-young, was the first ever Olympic champion in women's doubles in 1992 in the Barcelona Olympics with Won Hae-young.
I would like to see Kim move forward after the service and close the net down. Japanese have been playing back at her at the net on a couple of occasions. Didn't do it there.
I like the angles that Sakuramoto uses with her attacking play.
And we haven't seen the best one yet. That's still aimed at the right hip. When she goes all the way across from that position there, that's extremely difficult to defend.
Brilliant.
Oh, that's a beauty.
Serves over. 7-5.
Took that early. A flat drive over the net. Oh, a lucky net chords
8.
for Kim Hae-jeong.
Well left.
Serves over. 6-8.
Kong Hee-young, she was stamping her feet in the early stages of that rally as a threat to go forward. That looked peculiar.
Oh, that's a beauty. I noticed those yesterday, the way the Japanese pair were willing to turn the defence,
Yeah.
blocks across court into open spaces. Lovely, lovely shot from the left-hander.
Play. Kim.
Good shot. Oh, she's missed it. And the Japanese pair back level.
8-all.
Oh, it's long of the back line. A Japanese pair were in a bit of a pickle there.
9.
I felt Igarashi was stranded somewhat at the net. Yeah, there was a big gap down her forehand side. But the shuttle played long.
Serves over. 9-all.
Well, I don't think Igarashi has ever won a women's doubles title in international competition. 26 finals and 12 titles in mixed doubles.
Yeah.
Not aware of her ever winning a women's doubles title. At senior level, that is.
Yeah. That would be a fantastic
Nice
accomplishment.
Oh,
Because I was sort of like when they said that Watanabe and Igarashi were going to split up in the mixed doubles, I was sort of like, what are they thinking about? They're so good, and I didn't foresee that Igarashi would immediately have this level in women's doubles, and I wasn't sure she could ever get there. But that poses the question: what am I doing here next to you, Jill?
well, I don't think you're the only one who wondered why Watanabe and Higashino, as she was then, decided to go their separate ways. Especially with the retirement of so many of the other top pairs.
Yeah, they would have been contenders for at least semi-finals every single time. Well, they were even previous to this. So let's say final contenders.
That's super. That is absolutely brilliant from the left-hander. And it is Igarashi and Sakuramoto who once again have the advantage at the mid-game interval. It was a 3-point advantage in the opening game. Here in the second, just a solitary point.
Twenty seconds. 20 seconds. Thank you, coach. Thank you. Return to your chair. Coaches, return to your chair. (11-10). Play.
So 11-10, having been 5-8 adrift. It's a good comeback by the Japanese pair. Yeah, involving the front court player. Japanese pair really are doing that well.
Yeah, they are.
12.
And it could be a new development in women's double, where previously I would have said that, well, the skill level from a female mixed doubles player and a women's doubles player is getting more and more different. But here we see Igarashi get some of those skills to work.
Good rally. Beautiful defense. Long of the back line. 8 of the last 10 points
13
for the Japanese pair. Longest rally so far. 56 shots.
14-10.
What on earth has happened to the Koreans?
Down 10-2, right? In
Yeah.
the last 12 rallies.
Just why
they've got-
they are now.
They've got to be on the attack, the Koreans.
10.
And when they are on the attack, they've got to be patient, because otherwise they're getting countered. That's perhaps also one of the benefits from having played mixed doubles. Igarashi, she's used to having Jiang Siwei on the other side firing smashes at her, so she's not intimidated by Kim and Kong's power. Wide.
11 of the last 13 points. Well, I'm guessing we shouldn't really be surprised that this Japanese pair is making an impact on the international stage, because in December they reached the final of the national championships, losing out to Matsuyama and Shida. Now that's not an easy thing to do in women's doubles in Japan.
At some point I think it was more difficult to win that one than the World Championships back in was it 18 and 19 when Matsumoto and Nagahara won.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's long.
It's very hard to play defense from the far side of the court.
17.
Playing a little bit again with the drift. I've been reluctant to say it because it looked like in the last two matches yesterday the wind direction changed.
Yeah, I said that to you.
Yeah, I didn't believe it in the first place until I saw it.
Oh, ye of little faith.
Yeah.
This is extraordinary, because they were 9-10 down.
18.
It's 9 straight points.
Yeah.
5-8 down, 9-10 down. Well, finally that run comes to an end, and it's not a moment too soon as far as the Koreans are concerned.
I thought this would be a really close match, but when the Japanese won the first game, I definitely said they were the favorites, but I still thought it would have been closer. They've played so many good matches, both pairs, in this tournament. Oy.
Well, 18.
Higashino broke a string. Had to go forward.
Frustrations of sport.
Oh, that's a challenge.
Yeah.
Kim Hae-jung challenges.
In fact, it's the first challenge of this final.
I think they have a chance. I'm not absolutely certain, but given they haven't used any challenges and how much they're in need of points, it's an obvious possibility.
I think it was short. Indeed it was.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. Serves over. 19.
2 tantalizing points from the title for Igarashi and Sakuramoto. Shorts. Yeah, it's match point opportunities. What an extraordinary performance so far from Igarashi and Sakuramoto.
Match point 12.
Must have an absolutely fantastic feeling, the two Japanese players on court now.
That's a good return.
Serves over.
That took courage.
13-20.
Went for the line and got it. And as an unseeded pair, Arisa Igarashi and Ayako Sakuramoto in only their third ever tournament together. That's absolutely lovely. The sportsmanship shown by the Korean players towards their opponents in only their third tournament together. They win their first ever title. An 11th different pair from Japan to win a World Tour title since the inception of the World Tour in 2018. That, Steen, was special.
That was a fantastic tournament, and I mean, if we look back at last week as well, we can certainly say that the predicted death of Japanese women's doubles was highly exaggerated. On the contrary, they've sort of put themselves in the driver's seat now with 2 tournament victories, and Shida and Matsuyama wasn't one of them.
Well, the Japanese fans will celebrate, so they should. 46 minutes for their victory. Confirmation of that scoreline. 21-15, 21-13. So we'll have the prize presentation for the women's doubles coming up momentarily. The moment of victory for Igarashi and Sakuramoto.
Yeah, and look at the emotions with Sakuramoto. She's been unlucky with her partners Takehata, where she formed a good partnership before the pandemic. Then Rina Miyaura, where they also had something good brewing, and now she's standing here as champion.
And for this Japanese pair, well, the 6th different pair from Japan to win the women's doubles title here. And it's the 8th title since the inception of the Grand Prix Gold Super Series and now World Tour. Third consecutive year that a Japanese pair has won this India Open women's doubles title. Third different pair as well.
We now welcome the medal winners to the victory podium for prize presentation ceremony. Let us welcome the runner-up, Kim Yoo-jeong and Kong Ki-young from Korea.
Kim Hae-jeong and Kong Hee-young of Korea in their third final together. The first was way back in 2019.
Women's doubles champions Arisa Igarashi and Ayako Sakuramoto from Japan.
Ayako Sakuramoto and Arisa Igarashi.
We welcome
For Igarashi, she becomes just the second player to win the women's doubles and the mixed doubles title here at the India Open. That's a remarkable achievement, as nowadays so many players tend to specialise.
We welcome Miss Alisa Yoneyama, President.
Big smiles from Sakuramoto.
The mock check.
No wonder.
Over $33,000 for the beaten finalists. And over 70,000 for the winners.
We welcome Mr. Vishu Tolan, Vice President, Pan America, Badminton World Federation, to present the mementos. We welcome Mr. Navneet Sehgal, IAS, Chairman Prasar Bharti, to present the medal.
Astonishing to think that they were not qualified to play last week's tournament in Malaysia.
It's absolutely extraordinary,
Yeah.
isn't it?
They were too far down on the reserve list to get in. Now they stand here as champions.
And they're playing next week in Jakarta.
Yeah, when you're a new pairing, it's about getting to play a lot of tournaments to improve your rankings so that you can get into the tournaments.
We request all our dignitaries to please remain for a group photo with the players. Thank you, dignitaries. We thank our dignitaries. Thank you.
Their second reserve to get into the qualifiers next week.
My goodness. Yeah, that's lovely to see. Still big smiles from the beaten finalists. I thought the spirit in which the match was played, and indeed at the end the way that the Koreans congratulated their opponents and the smiles on the podium. Oh, that is lovely to see. Wonderful sportsmanship shown. Well, we look forward to our second final of the day, and it is mixed doubles. Tom Schickel and Delphine Delroux unseeded against last year's beaten finalists Jiang and Wei from China.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us for the next exciting mixed.
Welcome back to Delhi Finals Day here at the YONEX-SUNRISE India Open. Well, we've had a surprise in the first final with the unseeded